Did you guys hear about the Captain Crunch theory?
Are we talking about another rapper, or are we talking about Mysterio?
One thing that annoys me is whenever I find those videos that these people, when they're talk like they're thinking, trying to do the best William Shatner impersonation.
If you do have a panic attack and die, I could get charged for manslaughter. So...
And a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire.
That just sounds like my sex dungeon. Welcome to the Skull Hunter Podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Anchor, your all-in-one platforming needs. You'll hear about them all about our audio realm. We greatly appreciate you guys. Joining us, we have Joseph.
I can't tell if that was a bit.
It wasn't. I was hitting the button to change. I was like, and I couldn't get it to change the button. I was hitting the wrong one. We got the boys back. We'll be having some guests here very, very soon. Stay tuned for that. So I want to real fast jump into this. For one, it is 6 o'clock. This is a bang. I'm gonna be up for a while. The reason I'm gonna be up for a while though is because I have found this whole thing through the webs of the internet, and it is called the car buying experience. The reason why this is dumb is because you need to have credit. We all have credit, right? We all know what credit is. We all have it. I have a fantastic credit score, so that makes it perfect. Brittany's a co-signer. It's perfect. Wrong, because I am not the age that they want. I found age is a very, very, very valuable thing when buying a car. If you're under the age of 25, kindly go fuck yourself, because you're going to get ripped off in every which way, from insurance to the price to the monthly payments to everything. The reason why we're looking at another car is we have officially crossed into 5 months of not having my damn car. 5 months, that's pretty long without having my car. So me and Brittany finally said it's time to get a new one. I'm getting a little Prius, baby. I'm going to be like, I'm getting a Prius. I'm so happy I'm getting a Prius. Theoretically, because I can't get people to call me back. So there's money in limbo, and then there's people not calling me back. So I'm trying to get a Prius. Maybe I'll get my either the Prius first, or I will get my car back that's in the shop still. Or James could bring it home. It was a joke that happened on the outside. Bring it back in. I really like that.
Yeah,
so,
it was a joke that I thought of. Speaking of credit.
Whoa. No credit needed. No credit was due. No, it was my joke. It was originally mine.
To take it. Yeah. Oh, no, there's no credit for something that I've found valuable and decided to use. No.
None. No credit.
You go to like a really small freaking local dealership, like freaking what my parents did, and get a car.
I thought of that, but the real reason is I want a car that's gonna last a little longer, and they don't sell Priuses at a used car dealership that's local, because if they do, there's so many things wrong with them. But
get a Dodge Neon like I did. Those things are freaking beast.
No, this is okay. I'm gonna explain the reason for my Prius needs. Okay, for one, I have friends all around the world. It sucks because we all don't live in the same area. Fucking you live on the worst side of the East Coast I've ever seen. Joseph lives in the coldest part of a place that I've seen. Kinda.
Calgary has something to say about that, trust me.
Yeah, they can Calgary these nuts.
I know a wrestler that's from Calgary.
And maybe I could see him if I could travel there. The problem is my BMW gets 13 miles per gallon. That's shit. And premium gas is just going to keep going up. It's not going to come back down. So
It's better than a Hummer.
No, it's not. A Hummer gets 17 to 14 and it runs on normal gasoline. That is going down in price. My BMW takes premium. I can't put no more gas in it. If it does, it's gonna blow up. So I can't. So it comes down to, I'm like, I want to go see people. I want to travel. I want to go and see my friends, including you, even though you're always wearing the same blue shirt. I'm just noticing. I want to go see you. I want to go see everyone. And I don't want to spend a fortune. So I'm getting a Prius. 50 miles to the gallon. That's what I'll be getting. 50 miles to the gallon. I'm like, I'm getting a Prius. And I've never been so sure about my decisions. I called my dad to tell him, like, Dad, I'm gonna be getting a Prius. His first response was, "You little bitch." His second response was, "No, that actually makes a ton of sense. Yeah, I actually think that makes sense. It's good on gas mileage and everything else." I told my brother, who's like pickup trucks, muscle car, all this stuff. I told him I'm getting a Prius. It's like, do you hate yourself? Why would you get a Prius? And I'm like, okay, cool. And I was like, dude, if I get a Prius,
I get the feeling that this is like they're just gonna say that no matter what you say.
I kind of think so, because I've been telling him all my life I want a pickup truck, and I really do. But I need a car that's gonna get me to point A to point B on as little amount of gas as possible. So I was like, I told him, like, well, if I could sit there and get a Prius, I can see you for only like $10, and I can actually spend a day with you. His answer changed from, do you hate yourself, to, yeah, dude, I think that's a right decision to make. You should definitely get the car. So everyone, when they find their own values of me having one, then they go, you're making the right decision. I'm very, very proud of you. I think you're doing the right decision. God bless you, and go America. I'm like, cool.
Are Priuses still silent if they're going under 10 miles per hour?
Yes, especially this one. This one is still
Okay.
silent because it uses an EV motor, so it could go up to like 80 some miles before it turns on the gasoline engine, and even then, it's still silent.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the TV show called Weeds, but that was a line about the Priuses that was imprinted in me.
I
You
never
bought a Prius? I bought 7 of them. I got them all for my crew. They're real quiet, like good for sneaking up on motherfuckers.
No, I haven't seen that. I want to see it now. I really want to see that.
That's gonna take you 3 seasons, but it's worth it. That episode was some of like the hardest. I laughed from beginning to end.
Okay, is it called Weeds, as in like
WEEDS, and it is about lawn care maintenance. Joking, it is about marijuana.
Don't think freaking Tesla sound like the cars from iRobot, because they freaking, when they first start going,
No,
Have you guys been in a Tesla?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
million times because of Uber.
Yeah.
I've been in only like 2 Teslas, but one was an old one and one was a new one. The old one, dude, those things, you are like, no, they're quiet. They're loud for what a Tesla should be. They're loud. The newer ones though, the road is all you hear. You hear the tires on the road. You hear all that. You don't hear anything else. I'm like, this is weird. You do hear like a little humming if you hit about 60, I think, maybe like 50 miles an hour. But if you don't hit that gas power.
Sorry.
No,
I wasn't the background.
Yeah, I seen that. It was Charles's little tiny Apple screen, not an Apple screen. Picked it up. It's just a tiny little pulp. I love it. But yeah, no, they're weird. But yeah, I'm going through the car buying experience, and there's a video I want to make, and it's across America in a Prius. And me and Brittany were talking about it today. I was like, I kind of want to do it, and she's like, we could make that work. And I was like, holy shit, she agrees with my decision. she's like, yeah, and then she's like, yeah, we can do it together. And I went, there's the catch. I was like, there it is. Now I want her to come with me, but my idea was I would just sleep in the Prius. It's not big enough for 2, so probably not. So yeah, that's been my car buying experience. I will not keep you updated because, oh wait, actually, no. So here's the thing. I already have this idea of what I want to do to the car. I want to put umbrella logos all over it. And when
You want to get freaking shot?
well, here's the thing is, I conceal carry. I'm pretty public about that. I got a concealed carry. I conceal carry. So there's going to be more than just one side firing. But in the same boat, too, it's like umbrella. If you don't understand the car, you're just gonna think, okay, it's some weird thing on the side of the car. It's a drug manufacturer, whatever. If you know what Umbrella is, you're gonna be like, yeah, bro, let's fucking go. So plus, I already have the puffy vest, and I'm gonna get the Umbrella logo on the back of it. I'm gonna get a shirt with the Umbrella logos on it, and so I just want DoorDash for like 2 days straight, and a full Umbrella outfit. And just, I don't know, I just want to see people's reactions. Some people are just not going to care, especially the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl, so now no one's going to care. They're going to be like, yeah, pizza is sports. I'll be like, yeah, look at my car. They're like, fuck your car. Where's the Chief logo? So I'm like, oh, okay, that's fair. But yeah, I was like, okay, there you go. So I will be doing that with my car.
How are the Steelers doing, by the way?
Well, they didn't make it to the Super Bowl, so probably bad. Usually, like, they're the runner-up for the Super Bowls, and when they're not even in the runner-up, they're probably not doing great. I don't actually keep track of it that much. Last year, I kept track of them a lot because me and Chad, one of the other creators I work with, we were constantly keeping back and forth on each other's teams, mostly for bragging rights. And then this year, I've maybe heard from him one time about football, and when he did, he was like, I'm just depressed. I went, okay, cool. We're not going to talk about it. Okay, cool. I think Steelers only won like 3 games this whole year, and that's pretty bad. But you know,
my team's made it to the playoffs.
Hey, good job. Good job. I'm glad your team made it to the playoffs. I like the sport itself. I will do this because honestly, Charles, I've never been interested in the WWE until now. I say this because Logan Paul has been fucking killing it. I've actually been enjoying watching wrestling pop up on my TikTok feed. It's been Logan Paul doing these crazy fucking things, and at first I'm like, I don't care. I don't care.
You seen this freaking spot with him and Ricochet that both did a freaking springboard into a crossbody in the middle of the ring.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the TikTok, all you have to do is just talk about it on your phone, and it'll probably hear you, and it'll start finding it for you. Logan Paul and this dude got up on the end of the rings and just...
Logan Paul. You
have to spin around. You have to spin around in a circle. Logan Paul.
I look like I'm doing something.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul could suck a dick.
Dude, but he's actually like, did you see the numbers he's gaining for the WWE? He has been one of the most successful sign-ons for the WWE in so long. Like, for just that alone, it's like, you gotta give the guy some credit. 2, dude, like, I'm not into wrestling. I've been seeing that clip constantly. I'm like, oh, this is insane to see people's actual like camera footage of it. I'm like, oh my god, you got more shots of this. I have, once again, don't care about wrestling. I'm interested. Like, seeing that, I would actually go and see a WWE match if Logan Paul's there.
Okay, if Logan Paul were to, leave, have you seen enough about wrestling to keep you interested to continue watching?
Not yet.
That's what they need to do, right? They can't just give him all of the leverage.
Yeah, not yet. I haven't, because I've seen some Logan Paul clips and I've seen some other people's clips. A lot of them I just kind of scroll past. But Logan Paul actually is bringing content in. So when he's there, he's actually being hyper energetic and things like that. Versus when he's not, you just see people hitting each other and doing that and pushing each other around. When he's there, he's hyping things up, making it stand out. So I think right now, if he left, I wouldn't watch another WWE thing. But as of right now, though, kind of digging it.
Yeah, I think it's worth pointing out too that Ronda Rousey, came into the WWE. Prior to that, she was an MMA fighter. And then there's also the fact that wrestlers will go into Hollywood, right? So there's John Cena, The Rock. There's a lot of people who've graduated, and they're bringing their fan base to the movie. So it's going both ways.
Definitely. Yeah, I had to, because Charles is a big WWE fan. I just had to sit there. What the fuck ever. I just had to make sure it's noted. My eyes are open. They're becoming a little open. And I think it's hella cool. But
I just
Wonder what happened if you piss off like a bunch of wrestling fans if they come after you, but all of the attacks are like telegraphed, so they're like, but they're actually just punching their own hand, so you're like
Oh,
getting theater assaulted, but you're not actually being assaulted.
you want to
no,
go?
it would
You
be,
wanna- Oh.
oh, would be coming after you with freaking kendo sticks, light tubes, steel chairs, a table, and a ladder, and a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire.
That just sounds like my sex dungeon.
I still remember one time because I would watch wrestling here or there where like Triple H had turned on Randy Orton. Sorry, he betrayed Randy Orton. That's a wrong choice of words there. But he was punching. He had Randy Orton in like in a headlock, and he was punching him, and he was going douche, 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 douche. And why? I don't know why he was saying that. I don't know if he was calling Randy Orton a douche or he was supplying his own sound effect. It was just the most like random thing for him. Douche,
Do
douche,
that.
douche, douche, douche.
Whenever the freaking wrestlers are doing something like when they're hitting each other, they sometimes make noise effects. Usually they cover up when they.
Yeah.
Usually, whenever it's probably because they're covering up when they're saying something, because they do, in the matches, they do talk to each other to freaking call spots, but they have to cover it up so it doesn't look stupid.
Yeah, well, they failed. At least that time.
I think this is funny because this is to obviously do what you're saying, Charles, is to kind of cover up some stuff and talk about it and things like that. But every time I hear something like that, I think about Star Wars. When the newest one was being filmed, the guys are just going, whoa, whoa, whoa. And it's like, stop making the sound effects. We'll do it in post. And the whole time they couldn't. There's still a few scenes out there that they just had to mute everything because they were just going, wow, wow, zoom, zoom, zoom. So every time I hear that with like the WWE, like, do, like you were bringing up, I'm just like, making your own sound effects is so much cooler.
There are like you can just get a device. I mean, I have them. I got off AliExpress. It wasn't a lot of money, but it makes the sound effects for you. So they could probably just do that and then put it in post afterwards.
It's one thing that's nice about wrestling, that if you can manage to make a career out of it and if you can survive it and everything, it could possibly lead to a lot of things. Because with wrestling, it's like acting experience and faking shit, and depending on how popular you are, it could land you an even better career outside of wrestling that'll make you even more money. Just look at John Cena with The Rock, Batista, and all the freaking other people have gotten into like acting or whatever. Or freaking people like Kane, who are freaking is a politician.
Yeah, look at Lil Wayne, baby. Wasn't Lil Wayne trying to be like an MMA fighter originally?
I don't know. I just know that after he stopped doing music he originally was doing, he started transitioning to some form of rock. That didn't go very well.
Honestly, I'm not a fan of Lil Wayne himself, but when he does like music with other artists, now I'm like, okay, not too bad. Kind of like Snoop Dogg. Honestly, I hear he's a chilled guy, probably because he's high all the time, but I'm still just like, I don't know. Like,
can't do a frog splash to save his life.
What's a frog splash? What's that?
Move off the top. It's move off the top turnbuckle. Figuring that he tried to do once.
Oh, see, I don't know. Only thing I know about Lil Wayne not Lil Wayne, Snoop Dogg, is he's high as can be, and his rap is not my style. To say it politely. Also, slow rap, I'm not a big fan of. When you go, M's the double G, E. I'm like, okay, well, it's not my style, but other people have their own. But yeah, no, I just wanted to, kind of get that out there. For one rap artist I will always mess with, and he goes by Echo and Luke. Those two artists are probably like my favorite rap artists.
You guys remember
Send me some of their
Bow Wow?
songs. Would you send me some songs afterwards? I'm curious to hear this.
Okay, yeah, I definitely will. They're not
Guys
Christian
remember-
rappers, so just to know that. Go ahead, Charles.
Oh, never mind then. Forget it.
You guys remember Little Bow Wow?
Hippie yo, hippie a.
I remember the Yogi Bear's kid. That's what I remember.
He was a freaking musician.
Rap
freaking-
aficionados here.
He was a freaking singer that was very popular.
Statistically, the amount of people that should know anything about rap in this group should be 0. But all right.
He was a famous singer that was really popular like in the early 2000s, and then freaking he fell off faster than a witch tied to a rock.
No, I honestly, only thing I know about Bow Wow is Bow Wow Wow hippie yo hippie yay, Bow Wow hippie yo hippie yay. That's the only Bow Wow I know, and I'm pretty sure it was for the Nigel Thornberrys and Rugrats collab. So I don't know. That's where I heard it.
101 Dalmatians, but either way.
Oh, see, I've never seen 101 Dalmatians. There could be 109. I don't know. I've never seen it.
How have you not seen the freaking live action ones?
Especially the live action ones. No, anything that's live action from my childhood is a no-go. Everyone's like, have you seen that? No. I don't want to see Simba having sex with Nala. Are you kidding? If I want to watch two cats fuck, I could just go to my parents' house. There'll be enough of it.
I don't know if they were live action or not. I just remember all the puppies looked really like realistic and everything. And I don't know where the hell they pulled the 101 Dalmatian puppies out their ass for that freaking movie.
It's called copy and paste.
Yeah.
They could only afford 2 dogs and I went, can we get a good editor? And it's just like, what am I supposed to do with this?
If you look carefully, that dog has a QR code on it.
Freaking Bow Wow was in AEW for like a cup of coffee and then he never showed up again, probably because he freaking, I don't know.
Nah, that's fair.
When he first showed up, I was like, this is the first time I've seen this motherfucker in years.
Once again, I don't know. I don't know who he is. But I hope his future WWE career goes well, since he hasn't showed back up. Did you guys hear about the Captain Crunch theory, where it's like
are we talking about another rapper or are we talking about
Yo, my name is Captain Crunch. No, I'm talking about like the cereal.
Just complete another shit.
I have some, so if you need me to go get a box to look at anything, I can do that.
Well, I don't, but so the Captain Crunch has been known as being a captain. It's actually false. He is not a captain. From the Navy themselves has said they have no record of a Captain Crunch ever being a part of the Navy. I love that face. So he has lied about his honor. Not just that. He has killed a man publicly on Twitter. Literally. So you can do some game theory. Game theory or food theory. Made a video. Matt Pat went over this whole entire thing, and in the video he brings up Twitter, and he's like, Captain Crunch and the one typical bad guy in there. He made him walk the plank on Twitter, and he was like, and the guy posted or tweeted. He said, I will not be stopped. I'll survive whatever. It was the last tweet he ever posted. Then he disappeared.
There's a pretty obvious line here. I'm gonna give you both 10 seconds to say it, and then I'm saying it.
Retention. Say it.
Well, I'll cut out the 10 seconds.
Okay.
He's a serial killer. Come on, guys.
No, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't think about that. But that's
yeah.
good.
Well, I mean,
that's
expectations were low, but I can still be surprised and delighted.
Hey, some things come in big packages, but yeah, the biggest thing I want
to be a dick joke.
Mine, yes.
Or if you just go to Costco and you can pick up bulk Captain Crunch. Also, does every captain have to be ordained by a military body in order to become a captain?
So
pirates?
No.
How do you think the pirates figured it out?
So here's the thing: it wouldn't have been an issue if he wasn't wearing a certified U.S. Navy jacket. That is where all of this comes into play. And they're like, what? And yeah, when the Navy's Twitter account gets involved, you know shit's getting real. And the only thing the Captain Crunch tried to do was try to help himself. He didn't apologize and say stolen valor. He's like, nah, it's mine. It's mine. I'm a captain. But I did also find out something. It has nothing to do with Captain Crunch though, but it kind of does. So, did you know the term of passing with flying colors? Did you know where that originated from?
The 70s?
Can you be a little more specific?
No. No.
So when someone says the term "passing with flying colors," or yes, go ahead.
No, this isn't like I remembered it. This is me thinking I got it, which is like you were trying to pass the urine test, even though you're high as a kite, and you got like a bunch of all right.
That is not it. That's good though. That was good.
That's why I thought I was like, I think that's actually it. Okay.
So the term "passing with flying colors" has to do in pirate time. So when ships would come back, they would raise up a flag saying if they were successful or not, or if they failed, or if the ship had been captured, they would change the flags out so people know. So when they pass up, like let's say for an example, a green flag, they throw the green flag up. They got through with flying colors. So the whole flying color things was originated from pirate ships, boatings, and stuff like that. I finally fucking found that out, and that blew my mind. I went, wait, that's where the whole "you pass with flying colors" thing came from. I was like, I did not know that. Welcome to the Educational Skull Hunter podcast, where we talk about pussies and colors.
Nerd.
Listen. Wow, I am committed to learn new things constantly. So my brain is always learning with like so many new things. Now one new thing that I did want to kind of learn about is Just has been kind of doing some things behind the scene. He's been working on some porn. Getting in the
You're saying that as a bit, but I talked about that.
Exactly. And I want to know how it's going. Did Jill ever hook up with Wesker?
That's behind a paywall.
Okay, check out his OnlyFans. No, seriously though. Joseph talked about it many times about his books and stuff like that, and how he's been trying to work on it. I'm genuinely curious on how it's actually going. If you made any progress and things like that. Yeah.
So it's been an idea that's been swirling around in my head forever. When I was in the 7th grade, I picked up this book, taught people how to draw manga, and so okay, if I just trace the characters, it kind of looks like my own stuff. And then I did this little comic book at the end, but then the characters just stuck around, and I kept trying to like reiterate them and give them a better shot, try to develop it into like an RPG, make an RPG. And at one point, I took a crack at the story in my 20s, but I didn't like where it was going. And then finally, I got the advice that I needed to actually like do this properly. And so now I spend a good chunk of my week writing it, and it's
nice.
The thing that kept me from doing it for a long time, and I'm hoping that this is a good takeaway for a lot of people in whatever happens to be their pursuit. But I noticed that I never enjoyed the actual writing. It always felt like I gotta do the writing so I can tell the story. But then I read this book called Why I Write by George Orwell, and he explains that you really gotta like words. You gotta putting them together, almost like you're writing a song. Mm-hmm. And so once that clicked in my mind, and then I actually found a lot of joy in just like putting sentences together piece by piece. So like I'm like 60 pages in. I still got a long way to go. Like it might be another year before this bad boy's finished, but I've always wanted to be a writer, and I always felt like I had to. So I feel a lot more centered now than I've done in the past, because I'm actually like working on this motherfucker at long last.
Nice. Now you said you got like inspiration. Was it because of that book you read, or you said you read the book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the inspiration come from that, or because you said you found inspiration?
Yeah, that was it. That was he was
okay.
Saying,
Okay, I just wanted
to like you gotta like the writing, you gotta like put in the words together, and it's kind of like, if you think of music, for instance, music has to be enjoyable to listen to, but you don't just want to make songs that are enjoyable to listen to. The artist also wants there to be a message and wants to convey something. So imagine downloading a song and just having like, you're talking about rap, right? So imagine someone just reading the lyrics off. And okay, well, that's a profound message, but I didn't enjoy that at all. So I'm not going to listen to this person ever again. It's a balance, and it never occurred to me that like the actual process of reading words, hearing the words, the syllables, conjunctions, grammar, all of that, how different words have different sounds, never occurred to me that that's actually part of the enjoyment. For me, I always thought it was just like a means to an end. So that was huge. That really changed everything for me.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely neat. The fact that was there to kind of get you going, because everyone has like their either not a stopping point, but everyone has that spots where they're like, it's hard for them to get further or to even start. And I was having a conversation with a lady at my local coffee house. She has a small business about clothing and things like that. And she was going on talking about, like, you know, she's trying to figure out social media and stuff like that, but she doesn't have the motivation or the inspiration to, like, really push it out there. And so I was just kind of, that's when I, like, took out my headphones. I went, okay, I'm interested. Like, let's talk. I actually want to, I hope I maybe get something through. I told her I'll follow her on social and stuff like that, so I want to see if she actually goes through with it. But I feel like it's always hard, like, when you get started, it's not getting started, it's picking back up. I think is the hardest part about it. Because when you start, you're like, you know that, okay, just gotta get started, pen and paper, let's go. And then, but if you fall off for any reason, it's like the hardest part is now getting back into it, finding more motivation to get back into it. If something happened in your life or anything, it's just hard to find something to get you back in rolling. So I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited. You're going to make an audible, so I'll actually read it. So I appreciate that. I can't wait to, I make this joke every time, but I can't wait to be on listening to you.
I'm your fucking ghostwriter, aren't I?
At the end of the book, it's going to say, I know you will beat off to this skull. That's it. Actually, that's kind of cool. People have been calling me Skull, and I kind of like it. Like, I didn't realize that would be a nickname. And people who know me from, like, TikTok and stuff like that would say Skull. I'm like, I say my name quite often, but it kind of goes back into Mr. Beast. You know he's Jimmy, but people still call him Mr. Beast, and I'm like, okay, but at least his is his full fucking name. Mine is Skull. It's the first part. You can say Skull Hunter, but it doesn't roll off the tongue. So, but yeah, my nickname recently been Skull, and I'm kind of fucking digging it. I'm like, okay, Skull.
I mean, that's a hell of a grab too, right? It's Skull. I mean, we've all got one.
Yeah,
so like, to have a name I mean, right, Beast, for instance, it's a common word.
Yeah.
But now he's got it. So here's an interesting question for you.
Yeah.
So Jimmy, Mr. Beast videos, I've been calling them Beast videos because I look at them as a format, and you know, his editing, his scaling, the way he always tries to top himself with one video to the next. And so I've disassociated to an extent his format from him. Not a lot, because obviously it's very closely tied to him. But you and a lot of other people out there are inspired by his work and his understanding of the algorithm and are making Beast videos. But as your career goes on, your format might actually become more Skull videos, and then you might actually become something that other people might model after. So what do you think would make Skull videos unique? That's
a fucking solid. I've never been like speechless. I always have an answer for everything. I don't know, because I'm still finding it, because my passions are just kind of the same thing as Jimmy. It's you know, give back, make the best videos possible. And it's not me mocking him. I've been saying this since day one of me on YouTube, on my other account that not a lot of people know exists. And I've said it since day one. I'm like, I just truly want to make the best content I can. I didn't say best content possible. I said best videos I can. And it's like, I don't know what would make like my videos like really. I guess it's just more focused in the gaming sector. Mr. Beast is more known for his outstanding in-person stuff and his insane challenges in person and stuff like that. I think maybe what will make mine stand out more is the in-game content of making these things like just more there. I don't know. I really do not have a good answer for you.
Okay, well I'll give you something.
Okay.
So I still remember when I was doing my prep. for the first time that you and I were sitting down to an interview. And by sit down, I mean I had my laptop on a standing orders table. In my
Dude, I like that
fucking
setup.
closet.
That was a good setup. Like for what you had.
I mean, it was good. It was good for the acoustics. That was for sure. It was just,
Yeah, I thought it was so different. Like
Yeah.
I'm used to seeing people like sitting down. You're just standing there, like in this narrow side. I was like, damn, that's kind of nice. I like it. But go ahead.
The thing that we recreated that, by the way. We moved that into the other closet.
What?
So we recreated it. We're doing that for like, for just like voice lines and stuff like that. Whenever we
Smart.
get scripts printed out,
Yeah.
so that we don't have to have a computer running. There's no fans. It's just sort of damp it. Anyways, so one of the things that stuck out to me was your comedy, like your video of you trying to cook and being like, what's going on, Gordon Ramsay? Well, I'm following the instructions. So while Jimmy, he's got his personality and he's got a lot of magnetism to him. His videos are about the premise. They're about the event. He's the Willy Wonka, but he's just including the literal instance where he was Willy Wonka. He's in the background. You see him a lot, right? And he has his moments, but his crew also has their moments. But it's really about what's going on in the video. Whereas you, in all your videos, you're still the star. It's still your story, and it's still your comedy. So I predict that might be what makes the Skull videos distinct over time, is that it is still about your journey on this and how you're trying to top yourself. And the point of the videos is you're giving yourself a bigger challenge to overcome. Like, now I'm gonna build this winter wonderland. I'm gonna drive Santa in a truck. What am I gonna do next? So you're always trying to challenge yourself more, and that is very much tied to the gamer mentality as well.
See, you answered it so much better than I would have, because I don't see myself in that.
Saw that one coming.
Fair. I don't sit there, like, my comedy, for one, like, I think I'm funny, but in my same boat, there's funnier people out there that could put it in content so much better. Like, I love doing the whole cooking stuff and things like that, and I love that comedy. But I also know, like, there's a weird risk of doing that stuff, and that helps me challenge myself, but not in the same way. And I hate to say it like this: being able to get an achievement on an Xbox is I am so much happier doing than doing the fun cooking videos. Like, because one makes me feel like I did it. One puts a smile on other people's face, and that's been my whole entire thing, is how do I combine that all together? How do I challenge myself? How do I give back to others? And then how do I make people laugh while doing all this? And it's like, that's been my whole thing of trying to combine. But I think the one thing you said the best is what's going to separate me and Jimmy. Jimmy's challenging other people and making them challenge and work, and I love his work ethic too with it. I think mine always going to be about challenging myself with the content, because like I wish I could give this roster of like video ideas I have like on the go, and every single one involves me putting myself in a even worse situation than I was the last one, and going bigger and bigger and bigger, that to the point where Brittany had to seriously sit me down and say, listen, you might need to slow down. So I can
just imagine you just for whatever reason deciding to ride in a monster truck for the first time, and I'll tell you from experience, riding one of those things is freaking awesome.
So,
a race car.
Yeah, well, I just hope you get to do something, worthwhile in it. I wouldn't want to just like go pick up groceries. I mean, that'd be funny, but I would want to like actually run over other cars or something.
Yeah. So there's a video I want to make. I've been pretty public about this one, because honestly, I think the video's been done already, so it's not like a first idea, but the way I want to do it is going to be different. I want to make all my friends go through like their biggest fears. I want everyone to go like and go through their biggest fears and accomplish them, because I have been doing it for the last 2 years, and that's been something
legendary.
Well, that's not a fear. That's just you being a little bitch. So I wanna sit there.
Halo 2 Legendary might be like the one video game challenge where I understand if people are fucking afraid of it.
I understand, but in the same boat too. It's like, I can't assist you there. But what I can do is, if you're like, I'm afraid of going 100 miles an hour down a highway. I got you. I can make that happen. If anything is possible, you just make the right phone calls. Like, seriously, you can rent out a whole city block for less than $100 if you just know what you're doing. That's all. I found out I can literally put a storage container that I don't even own on someone else's property that I don't have permission for $100. I can, no fucking joke. There's so many like little loopholes too that you can do. But yeah, you can put anything you want for your mind to it. So I was like, I want to put people in the worst. Like, mine is skydiving because I'm not afraid of heights anymore, but I would still be afraid of like jumping out of a plane. I'll go skydiving, and I've never done that before.
I want to do that too, which is I'm afraid I will forget to freaking pull the parachute.
So what I would do, and as an example for the video idea, retention, is what I would do is make that happen. So you think that you'll forget to pull the parachute. Here's a fun fact. You will pull it and nothing will happen. You will continue to plummet because that's the point. It's not, I'm afraid if I'll pull it. No, you're going to pull it and go trying to get something to work. Nothing's going to happen. You're going to be at the peak of your like fear. But the guy on the back of you or however it's going to work is going to make sure nothing happens. So that's the kind of stuff I want to do. Because I think it will be killer content. I think it would be the best thing ever. And everyone's going to hate me afterwards to a point they will always remember me. How about that? Literally knowing that this guy made me face my fear. Now I'm not afraid of it anymore, but I hate this man's guts. It's like, okay, cool. I helped you. I don't give a fuck. I helped you.
I also gotta tell him about the cave now.
Also kind of iffy about freaking scuba diving.
I don't think we talked about the cave yet on the show.
We haven't talked about it. Charles, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
I was just saying that I'm also kind of iffy about scuba diving, but that's also something I want to do someday. But I just don't ever think and expect me to ever be in a shark cage.
See, I would grab what would be the most affordable, the most actual safest way to do it, but also like the one that would give the most content. If I had 5 people saying, I'm terrified of skydive, I'm not going to pay $300 for each person to go fuck yourself. I'm not doing that. But if it was like one person's like, I'm afraid of skydiving, me too, but I'm also afraid of snakes, got it. I'm going to put that.
I'm afraid of girls. Yeah, well, that costs a lot less money.
Yeah, I mean, I could just go out on a street corner. There we go. $50 to get you a long way.
Okay, cool. You're on the right idea. It was a prostitute joke.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I watched the Family Guy.
God forbid anybody get any respect for me.
I've stolen 2 of your things today. Let's go. So me and Joseph we keep talking about this off camera, and we're like, it was the one time we almost brought it up, and then we just went off to another topic. Joseph, what is your fear that you brought up to me?
Claustrophobia.
This man has claustrophobia. What I want to do, I want to strap this man to one of those like car rolling things you go to under your car. There's a cave in Canada that literally starts in big and then slowly does this. And that's a perfect trigger mechanism for claustrophobia. I want to roll him in. And obviously do it the right way, because you do have to worry about panic attacks and things like that, and those are very, very serious.
Yeah.
So
are they? Yeah.
Yeah, they are, but you're not a bitch, so you'll be fine. So roll him in slowly, and then once we know where that ticking point is, we got it. Once we know where that ticking point is, we sit there, we roll him in there, and then we leave. We legitimately leave for like 5 minutes. And I was telling him this, and the whole time he's like, okay, yeah. And then when I was really saying I was serious, it was like, we don't have to. we don't have to.
It just seems like we're going to like the last level. It's like if I said I had a fear of heights, and you're like, all right, skydiving, let's go. Hang on a second. I think there's maybe some content that we can make on the way, right? Because I have to use content as the argument, otherwise it's not going to fly.
One
thing I want to mention, by the way, just so that people understand like my claustrophobia. So there are a number of nerd-themed bars here in Toronto, and we went to one called Dream Escape. Great establishment. If anybody's in Toronto, it's on Bloor. It's a fantastic spot. They went through the trouble of making their own escape room as part of the venue. So they got bar, they got some games to play, and then they just made an escape room because, yeah, I guess
Why
YOLO.
not?
it most of it is, obviously the walls are painted, but a lot of it is 3D printed, and they wanted to recreate the interior of an alien ship. And so the server, who's also our escape room guide, says, so this actually starts off with all of you as captives. And what we're going to do is we're going to strap your hands to, those plastic things that they use on airplanes when they have to arrest people and there's no handcuffs nearby. Or
Zip
like
ties?
Zip ties, that's it.
Yeah.
So we're going to lightly put your hands into these zip ties, and then it'll come loose on its own once the scenario starts. But if you're claustrophobic, so I'm like, all right, I'll try it. I'll try it. My hand gets in that zip tie. She closes it up. I freaked the fuck out. I had to get myself out of it, and I'm shaking until the scenario started. So yeah, that claustrophobia, it's real. This thing is, I'm genuinely terrified of I think it's just like losing a bodily autonomy, like not being able to move, which happens when you're in a tight space. But there, even though like I can see Jen, I can see some of our other friends who was there, but just the fact that like I didn't have control over my arms, just like, oh, this is freaking me right the fuck out. This is supposed to be a game. This is supposed to be fun. This was Jen's birthday, and here I am like losing my cool. So yeah, no, it's a real fear. I don't exactly know why I was hit with the claustrophobia bug of all the things. Like I almost drowned once as a kid, so I thought maybe swimming would be my fear, but I actually love swimming. So I don't know why. Actually, I almost drowned twice. So I'm a bad swimmer. Maybe I should be afraid of it. But
You're not afraid. You're just stupid.
yeah, I'm just an idiot. I just I sink to the bottom of a lake. I'm like, well, I guess this is my life now. I don't actually know where my claustrophobia comes from. I haven't figured out what was the inciting incident. So I'd love to figure that part out too. I'd love to actually know why that of all things.
Okay.
You know what's weird? I can't ice skate for shit because one time I did it as a kid, I fell on my ass and I hated ice skating ever since. But I freaking don't mind. I can roller skate pretty good, which is weird.
Are you roller skating at Sonic?
Oh, they haven't trained me on that yet.
Oh my god! And I've asked every time you brought up your roller skating or Sonic. I've asked you if you've done it yet.
Oh,
and
I'm
you still
sorry.
saying no.
At Sonic, the restaurant. I heard as. Did you putting on the Sonic outfit and?
That costs money.
Yeah, I bet.
I now okay. I want to see this now. Dress up for Sonic as Halloween and then work as Sonic. I think it's already been done, but I think it'd be funny shit.
I'm not dressing up in a freaking furry suit, even though I have nothing against furries.
That's messed up of you. I would, because I love my furry communities out there. I love you all as
So do I.
equals. He's lying. Because I could tell you he's lying. Because I'm the host of the Skull Hunter podcast, and when I say goes, I'm a demanding bitch.
I'm the one who shot a freaking civilian in the freaking head.
I don't know what you're talking about. You can't bring in a gaming scenario in the middle of us talking about real life scenarios. Man, it's gonna be weird when I miss next week's meetup when I'm arrested. We heard on the Skull Hunter podcast, great podcast, by the way.
They came to arrest me in a Prius all the way to the station. I was asking questions. Bring it back! Bring it back! My girlfriend's on audition right now, and I'm like freaking out the most out of all the episodes I've done lately. Okay.
So, your claustrophobia. I wanna get back to this because.
Please. Yes, let's talk about it all the time.
One
thing real quick is that like I've thought about the fact that like this is probably going to happen at some point because I have faith in you that you'll succeed.
Yeah, I will.
There have been nights where I'm like, I can't sleep.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm sick to my stomach.
I've ruined Joseph.
I'm begging you, please. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it, but please let there be a ramp up.
I don't know. I feel like there has to be, for legal reasons, I feel like there has to be, and I say legal reasons because if you do have a panic attack and die, I could get charged for manslaughter. So.
So what were you gonna ask?
I was gonna bring up because you have the claustrophobia, and it started with being restrained.
Yep.
And you don't know where it originated from.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a fear that you know where it was originated from? Because I don't have an actual reason for any one of my fears that I've accomplished. Only one I can relate back to is the fear of the unknown. And that's where my fears originate from. I had a fear of flying. I never flew before. Why the fuck do I have that fear? Maybe because of fear of heights. I flew perfectly fine. Okay, maybe the fear of heights. I conquered that. I'm not afraid of heights. I had afraid of driving certain places, over bridges, things like that. It's gone after I did it. And I wasn't even like really stressed out beforehand. But I found out I don't like change because it's unknown. I don't like being in the dark because of unknown.
You play horror games.
Well, because that's different. Because I know there has to be a finish to it all. So it's like, you know, you're okay, and I like that thrill. But I have a fear of the unknown, and that's why I'm asking. Like, do you have a fear that you can actually originate it back to? Because that drives my curiosity. Charles, do you have a fear? I'm not wanting to know for a video. I just want to know. Do you have a fear?
I'm not gonna repurpose this at all.
Not that I can think of.
We'll find one. I mean, you have one. You have one. We'll find one.
Other than getting into a car accident because some dumbass who doesn't know how to drive here because they're freaking dumb retard redneck hick freaking down here freaking I don't know.
So, do you have a fear of driving or being in the passenger seat from that, or just afraid of other people driving and hitting you?
Every time I see somebody get close to freaking looks like they might end up hitting me whenever I'm in a car with somebody, freaking my heart starts beating like crazy. My freaking start feeling like freaking I don't know, just hard to explain.
No, I know what you're talking about. I've been in a car accident. I've almost drowned. Obviously, I fell down an 8-foot cliff or more, and had a near-death experience.
I also had a little bit of a panic attack when I was out hunting with my dad, my uncles, and I couldn't find where they were. I was looking around everywhere and freaking, but I found them eventually. When my dad had me sitting down in the spot one time, freaking while I was hunting with him, my uncle George and stuff. I thought they had left me behind, so I was about to start walking back to the truck after a while.
Interesting. I'm like Dr. Phil right now. I'm kind of liking this.
But I don't mind being left alone, freaking. Just that when you sit in a spot in the woods somewhere for a while, freaking, nobody's taught, and you don't have anybody to talk to, freaking,
It gets to you.
Okay.
I'm not scared of being left in the woods.
No, don't worry about it. I understand everything. I get it.
Wait, I think I figured this out. Okay, so I'm afraid of eating delicious cake.
Oh, okay.
So, do you wanna buy me some cake?
None of that. You're fucked. Don't worry.
You're like all those people on TikTok that talk about dieting.
I'm afraid of diets. I'm afraid of getting in shape. That's crazy. I'm afraid of actually building muscle. That's crazy.
I think it's actually fair to be afraid of success. I know failure can be frightful because failure usually comes at a cost, at a loss.
Yep.
But I think succeeding can actually be pretty frightening too.
Actually, yes.
Because I've always had to deal with with haters in elementary school and high school. So it's not hard for me to feel attacked. So you get famous, you get a public persona, your Twitter gets more popular. People are gonna come after you. People are gonna hate you. People are gonna want a piece of you. So I think it's possible that what has maybe kept me from reaching some of my potential up to this point is the thought of oh no, now I'm gonna be more known, which means more people are gonna dislike me. And coming back to what I was saying earlier about writing is finding the joy in what we do is that protection that we need to deal with all that other shit. As long as I love what I'm doing, people are gonna hate me no matter what anyways. So
Yep.
I might as well make sure that I'm happy first anyways.
Oh, yeah, that
I
reminds
still
me.
haven't answered your question though, because I'm still thinking about it. Is like, do I have any fears that I can find the source of? It's just like now there are like good fears, right? Like I told you guys a story about the first time that I'd seen Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I went with
And
my
that,
mom
yeah.
to a house, and then I go to see what the kids are up to, and they were playing Resident Evil, and I see the cutscene where the zombie is eating the body, and then turns to look at Jill. Could not have like Resident Evil could not have had a better imprint on me as a kid. And now I embrace that fear though. Like I love that series for the fact that it can scare the shit out of me.
It got you to taste. It got you to
So like
taste.
so that's a good origin of fear. That's the kind of fear that I want. And then the first night Jen and I played the Resident Evil remake. We went to bed. I may have pushed my chair in front of the door.
You know what? I'm not even like, oh, you little bitch. I know that nothing will happen to me. I have security systems. There'll still be some nights I'm like, just move the couch in front of the door. I would know. And it could have been because I watched something, or I watched like a TikTok, and it's like, I don't know. I'm just like, you know what?
Oh, I got one. Okay, I gotta go one now. So
Okay.
I am afraid of throwing up. I don't know if there's a name for it, but I have like a vomit phobia. Because I remember as a kid, throwing up because I thought maybe I could eat. I mean, the snow looked good, right? It looks like ice cream. It looks good. Again, I'm 4 years old, people. Okay?
Yeah,
It's not like I
okay,
do stupid things now that I'm in my 30s and getting hot sauce on my dick. Look,
I knew it! I knew that would come back up! I wanted to bring it up so bad. I'm like, you know what? No, we're talking about
we
beers.
still got a few more in those. We got 3 more, and then we get a free coffee, then we're done.
Okay.
So I noticed that, like, as a kid, I would probably throw up once a year. One year was because I already had a cold, and then I just had to go outside and play wrestling with the other kids on the street. And then I came back in, and they ate some Doritos. And I think it was the Doritos that did it, because then I threw up, and it was bad. It came out of my nose. One year I remember throwing up because I ate too many pickles. See, that's the weird. And then I remember in college, a friend and I, we'd spent, because we were looking for venues to try to do a show, and then I had some pizza at a it's a chain known pretty well here in Ontario called Pizza Pizza. It's like the McDonald's but for pizza. They're the most reliable pizza because they're always open, but their pizza's not that good. I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. And I remember
Little Caesars unless it's fresh.
Pardon me?
It's like Little Caesars unless it's fresh.
Little Caesars is better. It's not hard to do better, but Pizza at least is there. Like, they're reliable. That's their thing. But I remember I came home, and maybe it was the anxiety about the fact that, like, we had actually secured a venue. We were going to put on a show. I was excited for that. But then I remember I had a really, really bad stomach virus, and I think that came from the food, honestly. And that ulcer lasted for like a year. So in my second year at college, I couldn't have alcohol at all because it would just come right back up. I was lactose intolerant for years. I was blind, steak, and sober for my entire second year of college. That was frustrating. So I have had enough bad experiences with throwing up that I am too frightened to allow it. So if I feel like it's happening, I take gravel. And I know that a lot of people say, like, well, depending on what's going on, maybe it's better that you let it out. I'm like, our bodies don't know shit about twat, okay? Our bodies do the dumbest fucking thing to try to solve problems, okay? Throwing up, yeah, as a last resort, okay, but it also wears out your tooth enamel. It's acid that stays in your mouth, which only continues to spread bacteria. It's terrible. Our bodies can try a little harder, okay? So, like, I don't.
A little harder.
Yeah, so I just, like, it really frightens me, and I think that's the best that I can do to figure out where it came from, because I had a lot of bad experiences throwing up.
Yeah, that's fair.
I puked quite a few times in my life too. And if it hasn't happened in like forever, I'd probably just cursed myself. But
see, I love going on like I don't know, like a weird record thing. Like, especially with throwing up, I'm like, it's been X amount of time since I've done it. And I hate it because I can have these records going forever. And even when I get sick, I'm like, nope, it's going to stay down. It's going to stay down. I literally, so for one, don't ever try to chug 2 gallons of milk or a gallon of milk. It apparently makes you throw up.
Makes sense.
I not proud of this, but recently I did it.
Okay.
Did you get it on film?
No, because I didn't throw up and I didn't get any on my dick.
Okay. Well, what's the point?
I didn't throw up and I didn't get any on my cock. But I felt, this is why sometimes just do it. Because, oh my God, so this happened. I made a TikTok kind of a little bit explaining. So I was given two gallons of chocolate milk, bougie ass chocolate milk too, and because it was a missed delivery, and I went, I don't drink milk really, so I just gave one away, and I had the other one in the car. And I'm like, it's gonna get spoiled by the time I get home. So I was like, fuck it. I had a little bit. I was like, this is good, and now I just went, fuck it, going down the road, and get it done. And then I start feeling that feeling, and I'm like, nope, not doing this. We're not doing this. And I didn't. Just do it. Like, I'm sorry, I know you might have a feel, just do it. Just throw up. Just get in a nice spot. Throw up. It's just not a good feeling when you hold it in, especially with like you're pretty much telling your body to do it, and then you go, no. It's like, don't do that. But
Jordan was doing the whole freaking drill sergeant freaking routine towards his own body.
Well, because I feel like I control myself pretty well, and that's why I don't drink. That's why I don't do any kind of drugs and stuff. Because I love having control of myself, and so whenever my body's like, you can't do, like, peeing up, like if you're a mid pee and then just stop. A lot of people can't do it. I can do it like that, pull up my pants and just walk away. I can also pee in public, just like that, without a doubt. Like, and people are like, no, you can't. I honestly can. If you bring me to Walmart right now, if I have to pee, I'll do it right there in the middle of the floor. I'll piss myself right there. Doesn't matter. I love having control of my body. I could probably get hard if I tried. I'm not gonna, but it's like, I love having full control of my body and the things I can do with my body. But yeah, the throwing up thing, I was like, I try to keep like a little tracks of it. I'm like, yeah, it's been X amount of time, but sometimes you should just do it. Or my personal favorite, when you're sleeping, because you have no control of yes or no. You wake up and you get that, and you just have to go. You just have to go to the bathroom if you can make it to the bathroom.
It's well, as you can imagine, because first of all, I think it's funny because there's a part of me that's thinking, all right, so here for this video, we're going to induce vomit. But anyways, I've been trying to remember when was the last time I threw up, and I think it's been more than I haven't thrown up since I moved into this apartment, and I've been here for 2.5 years.
Okay.
The last time I remember throwing up was when my grandmother passed. And they had asked me to be one of the pallbearers and also to do some reading. This was for day 2. Okay. Day 1, I didn't have any responsibilities, but we came home and we ordered catering because it was not just us, but the extended family were there. And I must have eaten something that was bad, because then I remember I threw up so badly I couldn't move the next morning. So that felt, I owed an apology. I'm like, I'm sorry I wasn't there to, help carry grandmother. And I'm sorry I wasn't there for the speaking. I felt terrible, but I also was incapacitated.
Yeah, it's like, what else can you do at that point? Going,
yeah. So I noticed, and oh my god, right? The thing that I remember the most about I noticed that 2 of the worst incidents coincided with being foisted some responsibility. Like, oh, we secured a venue, we're gonna put on a show. Or, oh, I'm gonna be doing a reading in front of my family, and I'm carrying the casket. not alone, but and I'm
Hulk
definitely
I
not.
got you, Grandpa. Woo!
But so so there's something going on there. But yeah, that was the last time I can remember throwing up, and that was at least 6 years ago, probably more than that.
Okay.
So it's been some time. But yeah, if I chug a gallon of milk and my body wants to throw up, I'm like, all right, stomach, I don't blame you.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna just do it next time. Charles, last time you threw up, and we'll get off the throw up topic, guys. Don't worry. Let's stop. Last time, Charles.
I honestly can't remember. I just, but it was like when I was, I think it was like when I was sick and everything. Might have been when I had the figure Rona, but I don't know. I can't remember.
That probably makes sense. Yeah, probably last time you had the Rona, because honestly, that's like the one thing I hear is like if you're throwing up and feeling like shot, you probably got COVID. And I'm like, okay, cool. So Friday nights are out for me. As this man cracks open a non-copyrighted Coca-Cola.
Cheer one.
Doesn't
What
look
the
like we got
fuck
one of
is
those.
that? Cheer one. That sounds like someone misspelled.
Oh god, I can't wait to visit the States and just try out all of this random ass chewy cola or something.
It's not Captain Crunch, it's Captain Munch.
The soda that's been down here in the South since apparently 1917.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
It's older than most root beer companies.
Well, root beer also isn't that great. Like, let's be honest.
I like root beer.
Disagree.
Well, so I've found out that I really enjoy I do enjoy. This is why people get so confused. They think I don't drink or they think like I never drink because I don't like to drink. I love the taste of alcohol. I fucking love it. I hate the effects of what alcohol does. I love fruity drinks. I love hard drinks, like stuff like that. Love it.
So you like cocktails?
Yes, I love cocktails. I love Long Islands. Like I love the taste of alcohol. I don't like the effects of it. But so I found out there's non-alcoholic versions of everything. There's non-alcoholic beer. 100% non-alcoholic beer actually tastes identical. I was shocked. I was like, okay, you know what? Cool. And then I found there's non-alcoholic vodka. That has to be disgusting. It tastes just like vodka. The aftermath, everything. I was like, oh my god. And they're coming out. I don't know if it's out yet. They're coming out with a non-alcoholic whiskey. Because whiskey has a hard kick and a burn to it. I'm kind of looking forward to that. I want to know if it's the same. But I love the taste of alcohol. I just don't like the effects. But not gonna lie though, kind of looking forward to it.
I'm sort of in the same boat as you. Like I'm not a fan of drinking beer. There's every now and then there will be like a bougie ass craft beer that I like. Like there was one called the Raspberry Uber. It looked good. Like it was like cause it's got this like rich purple color to it, so it's very not.
Is that the one you bought for the bottle?
You
bought something just for the bottle.
No. The last time I bought something for the bottle was hot sauce with Donald Trump on it. It says there will be hell to pay because of his hair.
Yeah, the toupee. Okay.
It was that between that and Sleepy Joe Biden, which I'm like, it's not really as like. Doesn't have as much to do with spice.
Yeah, that's fair.
So anyways, so beer, not a big fan, but I'm with you. Like I love cocktails. Like whenever I go to a bar, I always try their Caesar. That's the first drink I always try. I always like to see like how each venue treats the same drink.
Yeah.
A friend and I are working on like an Instagram project where we post these online. There's like if you ever find like a tiki bar, they always go ham on cocktails. They always come up with some crazy ass stuff like a Cobra Viper Bite or something like that. Stuff you've never heard of before, but it's like unique to the venue.
Okay.
I kind of agree with you about the effects of alcohol, but for me as a lightweight or in America a bitch, it's
America.
A little
bitch.
Goes a long way. So
Yeah.
like I can enjoy one cocktail and I'll feel a buzz. And I'm like, this is good. This is all I need. this is also according to science half the amount that I should have over the course of a week. Not that anyone's going to listen to that. Everyone's just going to stick to their habits, but nice try, science.
Nice try, logic.
But would you consider the argument that maybe you're afraid to get drunk or you're afraid to get high? Because if so, we could do a series where you get drunk. like
No.
For the content, right? One night where we just get you trashed.
I thought about that. So I've thought about doing something like
I can't
that.
believe you didn't immediately agree to this. Oh, Joseph, we're just gonna put you in a cave and sign a waiver that you might
here's
die.
the thing is,
and we need you to argue it down to manslaughter. But to get together with the boys and drink and smoke some weed, there's no fucking way I'm doing that.
To have fun with the guys, no way. So the thing is too, it's like me and Brittany are very, very committed, but that's one thing we also said is her last relationship had a lot of alcohol and stuff involved in it. So she has that worry because it was on the other partnership. So she has the worry of if I do it, it's going to rumble down that same strip. And I get it. Obviously, not the thing that's going to happen. But as you stated, do I think I'm afraid of getting high or drunk? Yes and no. I don't have full control. That's what I'm afraid of. I love having control. I'm not a controlling person to others, but I'm a controlling person to myself because I worked on my own issues and I know what I do. So I'm afraid of me not having full control of myself. I'm afraid of having a good time. The effect, I'm not afraid of that side. I would, honestly, in the weird sense, I would love it. But I also love the situation you get to be around everyone and like seeing their funny moments and seeing like them just going wonky. I love that. Like I really do. I think it's the coolest thing. Like, this is why also like I'm the best guy for this. I will be your chauffeur. Oh, I'm going fucking with the boys tonight. Awesome, I'll drive. Because then it's like, I don't want to drink. Most of the guys are like, dude, I gotta drive. I can't do it. No, I'm like, guys, get fucked up, baby. I'm the driver. Let's go to Los Angeles. You can know your ATM numbers? Yeah, let's go. You'll be broke in the morning. But in the same boat too, I'm like, I'll be the driver. I don't care. But it's not the answer to the question. It's not me afraid of drinking. It's afraid of the not having control of myself. That's where it is.
It's for a lot of people where alcoholism turns into a problem is because a lot of people want to give up that control and just want to let loose and kind of let the flow of things happen to them rather than they happen to the flow of things. And so that I agree with you on that. Like that's where it can turn into a problem. And then I also think too that like Friday night, I got together with some of the guys that I hadn't seen in a while, and drinks were had. Right, it was fun. Things were smoked, and it was really a chance to just like let off some steam. And half the people who came drove. We did not organize this well at all. We
Apparently not.
But so there's a part where it's like you really want everyone to be on the same page as much as you're doing a great service by getting everyone home and not killed. Mm-hmm. Not to understate the fact that you're preserving other people's safety, but also in order for I think for everyone to really have a good time, having everyone kind of agree to the terms does make a difference. Like, yeah. It's like you show up to Magic the Gathering, right? One person, so I'm just gonna play solitaire on my own. You guys enjoy. It's like
it's not.
We would all be happier if you were all involved in it. So I think there's an important distinction there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with that, like that's why I would sit there and still have drinks. And as you all know, I have high energy. I have to tone it down because of I might be a lot for people to handle. But if we're in content creation mode, everyone sees me at my normal side. If I sit there and kick out and we're doing content and stuff, I'm already going, yeah, fucking take it off. Like I'm 110%. But when the cameras are off, then I'm like, okay, we tone it back down because people don't want to deal with my hyper ass. But like doing the podcast, I try to keep it low because I don't edit the podcast anymore. So I don't want to deal with my audio levels. But in the same boat too, it's like I know how to keep that energy. I've studied psychology for 3 years. I know how to keep that energy to where people are like, yeah, he's doing it too. How many shots you got? I'm like, I had 0. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's like I know how to keep the energy going the same with it. So I can blend in any. I call myself, and I say this, I call myself an elf because I can blend into every situation around me. I could be with politicians, perfectly fine. I could be with a hyper-religious group, perfectly fine. Because
hold on a second, how is that an elf thing?
Because in some lores, because I play D&D a lot, so in some lores, elves are known to, everyone loves them. Everyone just wants to be around them. Everyone wants to do this. So I call myself an elf because of some lores in D&D. Obviously, if you're a big D&D nerd, you know this. I've been playing D&D since the 2. I think it's the classification, like 2.0, something like that. And then 4.0 happened. That was so much better. But in one of the elves' lores, they're like, people love you. People want to be around you. You match with everyone, and people love you and things like that. And so I call myself the elf because I can literally, no matter where I am, I will get people around me. They love being around me. They love hanging out with me. Or they absolutely hate me. But if they hate me, they don't know why they hate me. That's fair. You know, you can hate me. I don't care. Do you hate me because of my looks? It's not your looks. Is it my face? It's not your face. Okay. You just honestly just hate anyone. I mean, that's fine. But most situations, no matter who you put me in front of, I can hang out with that person perfectly fine. Because I can adapt my situation no matter what. And it's not lying either. My mom is a Democrat at heart. 100% Democrat. Brittany is a Republican at heart. Uh-oh. No, because I see both sides. I understand. So I know what levels I need to take, where I need to take them. I am so good at that. There's a religious group in Kansas City that I helped do an event with, and they are full-blown like Christians. I'm a Wiccan. If I take anything, it's Wiccan. This should not work. I told them that I'm a Wiccan. And you know what? They still found, because I can agree with what they're saying and I can talk to them like a human being, we got along great. And it's not because of their side, because they're really pushing the God side, but in the same boat, it doesn't matter because I can get with the situation so perfectly fine. And once again, it's not lying, it's not manipulating, it's me understanding everything. That's why I also love to learn, because I can learn about anything. Oh, set me up in a room full of nerds. Guess what? I could talk. I could get my weeds in. Oh, put me in a room full of gun associates. I played enough Call of Duty. Let's fucking go. You know, put me out in the middle of the woods with a survival expert. I'll impress the shit out of them. Like, I'm good in any situation. Okay, don't put me in a tech lab because something will get blown up. That they're going, oh, if you combine oxygen and nathan all together, I'll be like, okay, so we're making a bomb, right? No, we're not making no bomb. We're making a bomb, right? No bomb. Where did I put this cable? Put that down! We're not making a fucking bomb! We're not making a bomb. Put the wires down!
We were making brownies.
We were making brownies and something just went boom! This motherfucker trying to make a bomb! We're not trying to make a bomb, I swear.
And kill the freaking every Call of Duty announcer that says the nuke is coming line.
But yeah, I'm good at adapting my situation.
To the people running the FBI watch list, how's it going, guys? Good to see you.
Yes, Derek, right? Yeah, it's been great. The VPNs must not be working.
Yeah,
My brother is raging at insurgency right now.
My takeaway from all of this, by the way, is that we have we have, like, I wouldn't say it's mutually assured destruction, but we have at least like a
harder version of hardcore search and destroy.
at least a sort of exchange of high pressured scenarios here. For me, it's you trapping me in a cave. For me, it's getting you to drink.
For Jordan, it's me driving a Warthog in Halo.
No, I think.
And also, I just want to.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about the imagery of like having a freak out, having a claustrophobic panic attack in an escape room, like, I gotta get out of here. Well, in order to get out of here, you have to figure out like the most.
Oh my God! I gotta go. Yeah, find a way out.
Okay, well, start by looking at this chalkboard and seeing you figure out what letters are missing.
So actually, fun fact. I might ruin escape rooms for everyone. But the best way to figure out an escape room is to think stupid. Because you have to imagine the average person can do it. So don't be the only 6-foot man trying to reach up high. No one's gonna know that. Don't sit there and start pulling off the smoke alarms going, nah, there's nothing in here, put it back. Don't do that. Look at the simple things. Look at anything. The average height of a man is 5'10" is the average height. So here's an idea. If you're 6 foot tall, anything above you is not gonna be there. Don't be searching up something. No, I think I get it. Don't be looking in the fucking air vents either. It's not gonna work. Like, look at stuff at the typical level, at the typical knowledge. Morse code is, in some cases, is typical knowledge, but you get that road when you get there, and a lot of the times they have to have step-by-step instruction of what Morse code is.
And I also want to say, and by the way, this is not against the Dream Escape venue. They are not guilty of this because they did with an alien spaceship. But for anybody who's making a library as your setting, just don't. Because then you had to put a bunch of books in there, or it's not a convincing library. And then people were like, oh, there's only like 500 books in here. Well, I guess we'd better flip through each and every single one of these in case there's like a key hidden in one of these. So just don't do libraries, okay? Libraries, bookstores, don't, please.
No. They can if they Scooby-Doo the shit out of it. Like, you move one book and it bonk and then the wall. I feel like if you do that, all right, it's okay.
If we get hydraulics involved, then sure.
Yeah.
Okay, how much?
You know how much money that would cost to set something up like that?
No, I don't know why I said yes. I have no idea how much.
Yes, so making one of those doors are actually pretty simple, but make it to where it rotates. It's just one big motor. It's like, I think the Smarter Every Day did a video on this. Yes, Smarter Every Day did a video on this. And he did a secret room just like that in the movies. And to where it automatically rotates, it was like only $3,000. But another guy, his name's Grant. He might be Smarter Every Day as well. But he did one where he did it in his house, and it was just magnet. So it was a magnet holding the lock in. So when he pulls the book back, it releases the magnet back, and then he can push it through, and the door opens. Or pull it out, and it opens. And that one didn't cost much at all. But yeah, no, it's a little expensive for like an escape room, but I don't know, if you're gonna do a library format anyways, make it to where it's like some Scooby-Doo stuff. You pull a book down, the door opens, or it like pops out, so you can be like, oh, it's a secret room. Like, do that. Don't sit there and, like you said, get 5,000 books and then going, better start searching. No! I'm sorry, if a key is in one of the books, I'm not escaping. It's like, I'm not gonna sit there and do that. Bad enough, I already know it'll be fucked in an escape room. Anything that was reading involved, they're like, George Washington in 1967. I'm gonna read 1967 going, okay, what's 1967? And look for anything with that number. That's all I'll be doing. I won't be reading anything else.
They for me are like, you know what? You don't have to give me my money back, but I'm taking some of these books.
They're just blank papers. You're like, fine, I could write in this and take some books with me.
I'm just imagining what happened if Jordan never ended up in the back rooms.
Ooh, dude, I don't know, cause I feel like all jokes aside, like I feel like I would survive. I feel like it would be a fight. But I don't know. I feel like I could survive. In a content creation, like if I had a phone that was recording, I'm fucking dead. It's like, just full honesty, come and be like, oh, it's a joke, we're all playing around. Oh, dude, you're looking pretty scary, you little fucking, no, and now I'm dead. Like, it would happen just like that. So, if it's like me in a total, like, survival stance, and I'm like, okay, I gotta survive, I gotta get out of here, I feel like I could do it. But you give me one fucking iPhone and I'm dead. Like, well, once you give me a way to record my experiences, they're gonna be like, this is all that's left of him. Okay, they're gonna watch going, yo, what's up, Logan Paul? You guys are so fucking, hey dude, what's up? Ah! And then dead. It's like that simple.
It's really ironic about you because you said that, like, when you're not on camera, you go more more ham. So like when you are doing content, you gotta dial it back.
Yeah.
You would like. I mean, typically it's the other way around, right? It's, people
Yeah.
they're more reserved, and when they're not on camera, and they're
But that's
not
also like my
vying for revenue.
personality too. It's like,
yeah, it's.
But
it's
I also
interesting.
know, like, if I'm in a place like I went to a public thing and I had to dress nice. I dressed nice and I was appropriate until they brought me up on stage, and then that went out the window. But that was because of content. So we're at this event. I was given something, and it's obvious why I was given an award. But so I was up on the stage and they're like talking to me like, this guy did this, he's doing this, and then I just started like doing the Superman pose, like, and this man did it all. I'm like, and I'm over there just doing all that. And then they're like, yeah, let's all get in group photos and do this. And they're like, should we do like a W for like Winter Wonderland, like doing this? And I was like, yeah, guys, let's do a gang sign. And then everyone just starts losing it. And I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. I should have just been like, oh, I should have stopped myself. But in the same boat too, like,
well, because their takeaway was like, yeah, we're a gang now. Jesus Christ, gang.
Whenever I need to call my boys, I'm like, get the truck. We a gang now. Oh, watch out. We the W, baby. The fucking Dubs. We're the shittiest gang ever. We roll around in a Prius. They never see us coming. Goddamn. The worst part is I thought...
You just roll stealth save.
you never know.
That was a stretch.
I thought that we would have to like really get into some weird topics in the podcast. Guys, we're already an hour and a half into podcast. When do we end? If we have time, I would like to go over like one of those question things that you had at the fly. If we have time. If we have time.
Yeah, we'll do one.
Okay, let's fucking go.
Well, I guess we'll see how quickly we do this, and then maybe we'll do two. So just so the audience understands what's going on here. So while I'm on TikTok, every now and then a video will pop up, and it poses some kind of like hypothetical question, like what would you do in this situation? I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these are dumb. A lot of these, it's like $200 million, but you can't leave your house for like 3 days. Like, oh well, no way I could do that. Now, actually, with the exception of the Roko's Basilisk, which is really more a philosophy, and I don't know why that's on the list, but I don't actually remember what this is. So I'm going to read this out, and we'll have a go. And so this is what would you do? You have been offered a secret deal of $1 billion to spend 24 hours in a grocery store without leaving the building. By the way, a lot of these videos, it's like one word at a time, so that's why I'm sounding kind of fucked up right now.
Fair. Okay.
However, there are a few rules and details that you must follow. 1, the store closes at 10 o'clock and there will be no staff present during the night. 2, you are not allowed to bring money or items, bribe staff. 3, the store has security cameras and alarms, but you cannot tamper with them. 4, the store is located in a busy urban area and there will be people coming in and out of the store during the day. So you must be discreet. Wow, this is so weird trying to read this one word at a time. 5, the store management must not know about the deal, and you must convince them to let you stay overnight without revealing the reason why. How would you do it? All right, so
I think if I answer this, I win. Oh man. Does anyone have one offhand?
Yeah, so like I forgot about what this was, so it's not like I had this answer prepared or anything. So I remember I was working at this warehouse/store. It was a warehouse in the back, and it was a store at the front. And over time, one of the employees had figured out how to carve out this little apartment in one of the display shelves. So if there is any kind of gap between shelves or between aisles, I'm going to wait for an opportunity to get in there and create a miniature apartment somewhere in there. So I'm going to go the stealth route. I ain't trying to convince nobody of nothing.
Okay, Charles?
I honestly don't know. I probably just mostly try to just hide out in the bathroom most of the day.
Okay, hide out in the bathroom and then just kind of keep yourself hidden there. Okay.
That I'll just try to sneak in the back while like the stuff is, again, the doors that says employees only, like the push doors that you see them going in and out of.
Yeah.
Just try to sneak back there somehow and just hide somewhere back there.
So, I think that's a good idea. So, we're talking about this is a store. I'm sorry to go this way, but we're talking about this is a store like Walmart kinda, or maybe not like Walmart.
Well, I mean, it
but
says grocery store, so
it has clothing, it has food, things like that, right?
Clothing is a toss-up. Food, obviously, because it's a grocery store. But I've been to a couple of grocery stores that have had clothing, but at that point they're more supermarket.
Yeah. Okay.
That just happens to have a grocery section.
That's fair. So, I think this is what I would do, and like really, this is what I would do. I think go to stealth route, but also when someone does find you, it's over. Like, you have to be smarter about it. So you can't bribe the staff, you can't let anyone know what you're doing, and you got to be discreet. You can't bring your own money into it. You can't, but you can steal, is what I'm hearing. So what you do is you sit there, someone sits there and this is day one. This is honestly how I do it. Day one, you grab a bottle of water, a drink, whatever. Oops, spill it on the guy. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. Guess what? He's not going to be walking around with a soaked shirt all day. He's got to take it off. Find where he takes it off at. Take it. Then you wait for it to dry. But for this time period, now you're kind of you're just a shopper. They always have back rooms that anyone could just walk into. There's no key cards in it. So you get to the back room, and a lot of the times, and I hate to say it like this, a lot of the times they don't care about the freezer section. I've worked at enough places to know the freezer section, people are in and out. They don't care. So what you do is a lot of the times in the freezer section, they have the best ceilings out there because they need it to be secured. You get things piled up into a side and you stay there. If you have good enough clothing, you're fine. You wait until the store closes, you get back there. And then when everyone leaves at night, that's your opportunity. Now, you take the shirt you found, you move. Now you put the shirt on, you try to clean it with some supplies there, if you brought it in beforehand, and you stay in the back. Stay where there's no cameras, because obviously I think that's a whole reason you can't be really caught suspiciously on the cameras. Then the next day kicks in. You have the shirt on, because now if you get spotted, it's not immediately going, hey, you don't work here. If you're spotted in the back, they're gonna immediately just assume, quick and easy, that you're one of the coworkers there. You're someone working there, easy. But the goal is not to get spotted. There are a lot of the times they have to have these big ass vents in the markets. So the roof, pretty much, the ceiling. There will always be one with a center beam on it. Make that your bunker place. Stay on the center seam. Stay there for as many long as it takes. When the store closes or right in the normal hours, take off your shirt, walk around the store, get supplies and stuff like that. Slowly.
So just so you know, this is only 24 hours.
This is only 20. Fucking easy. Yeah, just stay up above. I'm thinking like a 7 days to die situation of like just staying there for... No, just literally, there's always a spot in a fucking ceiling. Just hide up there. Grab a few snacks, hide up there. Get some Gatorade bottles, and then just roll them into the back. How you get into the roofing of most stores is you get in from the back because there's a lot of things to climb up on. Do that. Roll Gatorade bottles back there so you have things to piss in, you have things to drink, and you roll in some food. Easy. GG, and easy. 24 hours. Done.
There's a grocery store near where my parents live that is an Asian supermarket, and I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but in order for people to go to the washroom, they actually have to go through the back doors, go up the stairs, and use the washroom that the staff are using. So I'm sitting at the break table, waiting for the missus to finish using the washroom, and I gotta go. Obviously, we both had to go, but that was very unnerving for me to be like, so we're just okay. This is our life. So it's about picking the right grocery store where like people are kind of used to unusual behavior a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was thinking like a week-long thing or something like that, because then it's like you steal a shirt from somebody.
I don't blame you for not fully understanding the instructions, because reading one word at a time, that is unnatural. I get the whole like, subtitle thing but like one word at a time.
The people who do those one words at a time,
like 3 to 4 words at a time. Come on, guys.
Yeah, those one words at a time pop-ups are fucking stupid. If you're doing it, you're dumb. You're dumb.
Yeah, I get you don't want to have like a novel on page. I get that. But like 3 to 4 words, people, it's gonna be fine. Okay, it's gonna be fine. Trust me.
Yeah.
You know what annoys me?
By the way, Jordan, I don't know if we were being sarcastic here, but do you do that?
Not anymore. I was doing them because you called me out for it, and I was like, okay, I'll stop. So I was calling myself out.
I wasn't calling you out for doing one word at a time. It didn't bother me at the time. It's only bothering me now that I was trying to read it. I was calling you out because you kept using this slide thing where it kept sliding up, and it was like you were doing.
But it was one word at a time when it was doing that. Yeah. So it was one word at a time. It slid up, and you might. Is it really worth it? I'm like, honestly, no. It doesn't do anything to retention. It really doesn't. Go ahead, Charles. You was going to say something.
One thing that annoys me is whenever I find those videos that when these people, when they're talk like they're freaking trying to do the best William Shatner impersonation.
Yeah. What would you rather that, or would you rather the AI voice? While I was walking, I found a dog. OMG. LOL.
I'm gonna take the freaking AI voice over freaking.
Breaking out in downtown Detroit. Several people have already been reported killed.
I take the AI voice.
I know my impression wasn't accurate, but you know what voice I'm doing.
Family Guy, I got it.
I'd rather take the freaking AI voice over freaking somebody that sounds like they're freaking from another country freaking trying to talk.
Really? Dude, I would rather take a human voice. Like, I don't mind. I think AI is cool as hell. But if I have to sit there and hear Ghostface going, as I was traveling through the dark, I found a dog. OMG. It's amazing.
See, AI is cool.
You've got to try out this new ice cream menu. The peanut butter and Rocky Rum combination is on fleek.
LOL.
You say AI is cool now, but eventually that shit's gonna take all our jobs.
Then good, because guess what? They need engineers. We can be the engineers and get paid a shit ton. Oh, guess what? They make robots that fix themselves. Guess what? You're still gonna have to have someone to do it. Be ahead of the game. That's simple. Be ahead of the game.
I ever since I started using like AI started becoming like commercially accessible, that coincided with me becoming more serious about my writing. Because I don't get ChatGPT to write my story for me, but I could. I could be like, okay, I need you to write 12 pages of this chapter. Here are all the events that happened. Go. And then it spits out material, and then I would just comb through it over and over and over again until I'm happy. I could do that. I don't want to. What I am using it for is like, I need help naming something. Here's the ideas that I had. Can you give me some other things that it can be called? And ChatGPT is like, okay, here's some ideas for you. Actually, it's the AI image generators that I've been using more.
Yes.
For just to like, I want it to see my characters, to see the settings, to help like develop like costumes and weaponry and stuff like that. And of course, I've tried to figure out if I can make NSFW material. It's kind of hard to do. There are certain communities that are trying to do it. I'm like, you know what? If I do this, I'm never getting out. Maybe I shouldn't do it. But Stable Diffusion is it's not the best one, but it is the most like generous, because I've yet to run into a limit for how many images I can produce. You just go on and on and on and on. So if you're looking for a good AI image generator just to get you started, go for a Stable Diffusion.
Okay.
What a name too. Oh, so cool.
Solid name. I'm trying to find a photo. Go ahead.
I'm just waiting for freaking when we end up in like the world of iRobot.
I'll be ready. No, because here's the thing is, the United States has a kill button. Like, let's all accept that, even for us, they have a kill button. You think for AIs they're not going to have a kill? Well, no, because the AI is going to control the kill. No, that's not how it works. They have a kill button that will literally kill us, them, and whatever else. Like, we have ways to stop everything. Hell, look at this. A lot of the computer systems are controlled for airplanes and stuff like that. They're all controlled through AIs and stuff like that. Like to tell when the plane lands and stuff. It's all controlled by a computer. It's not someone typing in going, this plane's landed, it's doing this, no, it's all ran on an AI running all that. But we had all the planes stop. Last Monday, I think it was. Last Monday or the Monday before that. Every plane could not take off. And I think they said it was like a computer thing and stuff like that. But I think it was a terrorist attack. Like there was a threat of a terrorist attack and they grounded all planes because it hasn't happened since 9/11. That's why I think that. But the reason I bring that up is the AI or the computer system stopped that. But what did we do? We fucking reset it. Like, they said the computer stopped it. Well, if the computer stopped it, it would be stopped. No. We were able to go back in and say, no, we're gonna make sure this gets taken off. So it just kind of goes back to it going, we
cannot be AI.
we have the power. I'm not concerned about like AI surely taking over, but I think if we like look at, people said robots will take over the farming jobs. This has been a thing since the early 2000s when we find out that they can have automatic watering systems. Oh, they're going to take over our jobs. They're going to take over our farms. No, it hasn't.
I mean, that was what mechanization did to farming in the first place. Before machines altogether, 80% of people were farmers.
Yeah.
And we were able to produce more food with less people thanks to machines, and people were able to move into other sectors. And I've been predicting this for years, is that as AI continues to take over these roles, people are going to move into sectors that they want to move into. You're going to see more people making movies, more people making music, more people making art, more people serving food and doing restaurants and following their passions. I have a very utopistic view of society. Like I'm optimistic. I think we're not only going to be fine, but I think we're going to be really happy.
I think so too.
I personally am a little unhappy about the fact that like I'm probably going to lose my ability to work as an editor at some point. I don't know when, but it will happen. However, I feel like even in the worst case scenario, you still need a human being to listen to the goddamn material. Yep. Like you need a human's judgment to listen to it. So AI, like for instance, if I were to start using AI, and I'm not yet, but if I were, I would have no problem using AI to master the audio, make sure it sounds perfect. But for like the moment-to-moment editing, that's human judgment. Mm-hmm. That's going to need some time for AI to do that. And I'm not doubting that it will, because I'm sure it will at some point. But even if it does, I think people will still want a human being involved. So like, I think for a lot of us, if we find that AI is going to do a lot of the grunt work, a lot of people are going to enjoy, they're going to be able to focus on doing the things that they enjoy more like project management, big picture stuff, and less like having to just like labor over and over and over again. So I to me, it's been more good news than bad by a long shot.
I agree. One thing I will say though with the chat AI, so I admit I tried to search up some video ideas because making content right now is kind of difficult because I just want to go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So I searched up unique Dead by Daylight content on there that I could make as a gaming YouTuber. It gave me a list of ideas. I've done 3 out of the 10. And the unique idea was hide and seek in Dead by Daylight. I was like, okay, I did that. Do an impossible challenge. I did that. And then the other one was like break a world record. I did 3 of those. I did 3 in one video, and then it gave me other ideas, but the other ideas were and one of them was good, and I actually did jot it down. I was like, you know what, I might use that. I might actually use that as a video concept. But it was good to know that my brain thought of an idea, and I put in unique ideas or ideas that haven't been done, and those 3 popped up. Now that also means that I'm not big enough for the AI to know that they're already done, but to know that I already did them, I was like, let's go. Like it is cool. I've been trying to play around with the AI stuff. I did a photo. I asked it for like a photo of a guy and a skull, because I put like skull hunter but a person, and one of the images was this drawn out like Zelda looking character with like a skull, and I was like, hold up, that kind of is cool. So I did some photo work, and I'm working on. I'm trying to make sure it gets better and things like that. I did some photo work because everyone knows me as Skull Hunter, so it makes, and because my nickname's been coming up, I've been working on a graphed photo, and this is what I've came up with so far.
Not bad.
And it is me, cool. And half my face is a skull. Now, the reason why I'm working on this is because I'm like, okay, I am Skull. Like, that is it. I'm Skull Hunter. The hunter is for the achievement, the challenges, everything else. The skull is me. And then that end part is the things I'm doing. The podcast, gaming. It's the what I'm doing in the background of it. So this is the announcement. I'm working on an actual public Discord. I am getting everything set up, and I realized that we should probably have a Discord for anyone who can just join and participate into it. So we are working on the actual Discord right now. We are getting it worked on, but that is the logo of it. It's gonna be just me. This will also be the appearance of my actual like channel eventually. Once I get it all done up, the flames will be green more than likely because I love fucking green. The green is not me trying to represent colors. Literally every piece of merchandise I'll make will be green and black because I'm obsessed. And yeah, it's just what it is. But yeah, I was trying to use like the AI like creating thing. I was like, come on, make a guy in a skull. And of course, a lot of them were like the Shakespeare, like a man holding a skull. I'm like, come on. And then like I was really hunting it down. And then like I got one. I think it was Zelda with like half of his face removed as a skull, just a little bit more animated.
Well, okay, I'm sorry.
Well, Link. It was Link. I'm about to trigger the Nintendo community.
No, not about to. You fucking did.
I was gonna say.
That's fair. That's fair.
Unless you're trying to make like Link like freaking either a fanboy or a freaking twink, I don't know.
Did you hear in the Zelda movie that might be coming out that they're gonna make a Link or they're gonna make Zelda a male, and Zelda's gonna be Link?
A lot of people off.
I heard this was like something that was gonna happen.
Say that again.
That they were gonna make a Zelda movie, and they were gonna make either Link Zelda or Zelda Link, because like people are confused about the character.
It's like a gender swap fanfic.
Do you guys remember by any chance when I told you my theory about this?
Episode 7?
I'm
just assuming.
I'll just say it again for any of the new listeners. But my ongoing theory about the Legend of Zelda series is that Link actually is Zelda. It's just like she made a copy of herself and as a male, so that she would always have someone to rely on whenever Hyrule was threatened. And so that's why like they kind of look the same. That's why like there's that confusion of like, oh, you're playing as Zelda. No, you play as Link. Well, actually, you do kind of play as Zelda. So that's my theory. Has been zero confirmation of this, but I said it. And I'll probably say it again because Lord knows I'm not going to be able to. I by the way, I hate the fact that like there's going to be a Zelda movie, and Mario movie's on its way out, and it's
with Chris Pratt.
Do you want to make sure that's Pratt, so like I said, I'm willing to support the movie for him, but it's just like it's such a marketing movie. Like it's everything you expect out of the Mario movie, and that's a problem. It's like, oh look, they're on carts. Oh, there's a Smash Bros reference. Oh, Peach is an empowered woman. Okay, that part's actually pretty cool, but like it's just exactly what people thought it was gonna be, and I'm just so like, oh god. And then the Zelda movie, I'm gonna be really upset because I know this movie is just gonna be so marketing driven.
And
still waiting for them to make a Halo movie that doesn't suck.
they're not going to. They've already proven they're not fucking. They had the budget and every opportunity for the Paramount to literally be that, and they fucked it up. It's not happening. We have more hope for the Borderlands movie for that to actually happen. Okay,
yeah, you Halo fans have suffered. And
we need to give up. We need to just play Halo 3 again. Like, I want every Halo fan, just play your favorite Halo again and then just give up. Make that the end. Like, do
just
what
play
you
the Master
want.
Chief Collection.
No, I wouldn't even recommend that. Buy your oldest console that you played on, your first one, get the Halo game and play it. And then let that be the end of Halo for you, because it's not getting better. Like, I'm not even joking. It will not get better. Because here's the thing is, they have to start introducing new characters that actually run the game. They proved it with ODST. That didn't work. They proved it with Halo Reach. That almost worked. But because it had nothing to do with Master Chief. That's the only reason it kind of worked. Was because it had nothing to do with Master Chief. But in the same boat, they are just ruining Halo's reputation. And it's just give up. Give up with the movies unless if someone's actually going to make it right. Give up with the games.
That's my
if
one
someone's gonna
silver
make it right.
lining for you guys, as well as for anybody who's not happy with how their work has been adapted. But how many times has Batman been rebooted in cinema now? And like 8 times.
Yeah,
not 8,
but
like not that far off either. So there was starting anything before Tim Burton, I don't know. I can't keep track. There might have been like one Batman movie based off the campy 70s TV show. I don't think there was, but call me out. So there's a Tim Burton Batman, which was Batman, and then Batman Returns. And then it was rebooted, sort of, with Val Kilmer as Batman Forever. That was a one-off. And then they brought in George Clooney, and I think it was Michael Schumacher was the director, and they went for like that campy style, which, not gonna lie, I kind of appreciate. I know not a lot of people don't like that movie, but I kind of appreciate it. It was just like watching your action figures actually play, you know?
okay.
It was the kind of movie that kids would have thought of if they had all those toys. So I respect it, but I accept that it's not that great of a movie. And then there's the Nolan trilogy. Great. And then there was the DC universe. So they rebooted Batman for that, the Ben Affleck Batman. And now there's the Robert Pattinson Batman. I lost track, by the way. I think I got to like 7 or 8. I was pretty close.
Honestly, I kind of spaced out. Like, it's a shame to hear like how many they made, and I didn't remember a single one. And I watched some of them. You were saying these,
I'm not
and
even like the biggest Batman fan. Like, I've always liked him, but it's not like I have a shrine to him or anything
honestly,
like that.
I'm a Green Arrow man.
Fair.
Bring me Oliver Queen.
Fair. Anyways, we're out of time.
Hell
to
yeah.
run, but like my point to all of this is that I'm not gonna like what's there, but if I give it time, there will be reboots. People will try again. There will always be demand for this content, and there will always be a fan base willing to give it another shot. No matter how much we think we're not gonna watch it, it'll come back. So that's my takeaway.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just, man, like I said, I'm just kind of disappointed in just the Halo like movie side, and not even the game side, just mostly like in the movies. But there will be one that a fan will make, and it'll probably be independent, and it will fucking rock the floor. And I'm waiting for that. But until then, I don't feel like it. But the Zelda thing,
until the resources are there, that anybody who has an idea has the means to get actors, have animators, do everything. So, AI will act as an equalizer for a lot of this. We're going to get to a point where anybody who's got the idea will have the means and capacity to do it. So fingers crossed we can live long enough to see it.
Give me $1 billion and I can make a Halo first Strike movie based off of first the Core Protocol, not the Core Protocol.
All right, well,
but
I'm trying to remember the book where you had Sergeant Johnson on the cover holding a battle rifle. Well, it's supposed to be the one that takes place when they first met the Covenant.
But see, that right there is the one reason I'm like, I don't think the Halo movies are going to make it. They literally have a perfect script that people actually want to see just in a movie form. They have a perfect script handed to them. Why haven't they done it? Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo ODST, Halo Reach, Halo 4, Halo 5, Halo Suck a Dick. Like, there's so many Halos they have scripts for already. And I think this is where we can actually see it. I'm going to sit there and like really sit there and I'm going to irritate people. But the thing is, though, The Last of Us right now is doing an amazing job at showing that they have grabbed the game. I have not seen this yet. They grabbed the game, made it into a show, and it's working fucking beautifully. And people are loving it. I hope Halo takes inspiration from this and go, oh, let's not fuck up again. Let's literally do this because it's working. Resident Evil, all the fans have been like, if you're not Allison, who gives a fuck? If you're going to remake the movies into games, and they almost did it with the Resident Evil movie with that one dude. But they combined Resident Evil 2, 1, and 3 all together, and they didn't make it work. Leon's not supposed to meet Jill at any point in time. Leon actually doesn't know Jill fucking exists until Resident Evil 6. That's a whole entire thing. Damn it, we didn't talk about Joseph playing Resident Evil. Well, we'll talk about that next time. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching the Skull Hunter podcast. If you did enjoy, make sure to follow us on social media. That's all I want you to do. Don't like it, just follow us. It means the world to us. With that, I think we do you all do. Good night, everybody.
See you later.
Shotgun rain, motherfucker!